everybody. This is Doug Upstone, and welcome to gamblersworld.net at the Winner's Circle channel today. We are here with Kevin Thomas and Matt Fargo, two of the best handicappers, certainly at this site and any site that these two gentlemen are on. So we are here to talk some more free baseball picks, and it's been worth. By the way, it's been worth showing up for 9-2 recently. So we've been on an excellent run in Major League Baseball here. And so we'll look to try and get it 3-0, okay, for you today and just kind of make things happen here for you. And speaking of making things happen, hey, right now, Gamblersworld has Gamblersworld.net has a promo going, $99 right through the All-Star break. So today through July, I believe it's the 13th, you can get that for just $99. So if you're doing the math, that's less than $8 a day. Pick the capper. You can pick Kevin. You can pick Matt. You can pick myself or any of the other 10 handicappers at the site. So look on that leaderboard for who you like and get yourself signed up. The other thing I would like to ask you to do is to subscribe to this channel if you have not. We, like I said, we just on a nice 9-2 run here at the Winner's Circle. And once you have signed up, go in there and hit that alert bell, which will notify you each and every time that we have a video here, and that's Monday through Friday. So make sure that you get that. So, gentlemen, welcome aboard. Here we go for another day. We got Matt Fargo here. He's ripping the cover off the ball with his picks, okay, of late. I think he's up over $3,200 of profit the last month here at the site, and also I believe number 2 in baseball at the same time. And we got Kevin Thomas, who dominated the leaderboard recently, okay, at the top for, I don't know, what was it, a month, Kevin, or something like that? Or is it a really long stretch there? So, I mean, and he's still posting a lot of winners on a daily basis in Major League Baseball and the WNBA. Matt, what else is going on?
Not much. Yeah, as you mentioned, it's been a great run in baseball. It was a really slow start. We're the first couple weeks through April 18th, but April 19th was the start of a huge run, over a couple months now. And, we're going to keep it going. We have 4 games going tonight. Have a triple play, all underdogs once again, and also a divisional game of the month going. So hop on board, and let's keep the winners rolling.
All right, that sounds great, Matt. Kevin, what about yourself?
Doug, WNBA is kicking my ass last night. I bought into Caitlin Clark not being there. I maybe should have faded that idea because, she's already a billionaire. So maybe when she's in the game, the girls try too hard to get her involved. But it seemed like without her in the game, they were playing for that money because they get paid for that game. And I noticed the last 5 Commissioner's Cup, only one has one team that won it and the championship, the Aces. So it's probably good the Lynx didn't win it. But, yeah, I've been horrible in WNBA. We're going to turn it around, though. We're going to start Thursday when it starts back up. MLB, it's been a roller coaster, but it's always like that for me when it comes near the All-Star break and trade deadline. Guys start to sit a little bit and rest up. They start sitting them a little early. And then the trade deadline, you don't know who's going to get scratched at the last moment or who's playing to get on a new team. So it's a little tough, but that all works itself out soon enough, and we'll start be plus money again as usual.
Yeah, we still got basically half the season to go, plus the postseason as well. So there's still lots of opportunities, and that's why getting the promo right now for just $99 makes so much sense. Okay, for anybody that's interested in baseball, so make sure to check it out here at gamblersworld.net. Before we get started with the free picks, tonight we have a historic event that is likely to occur. We got Clayton Kershaw going for 3,000 strikeouts. Remarkable, okay, especially in today's game. Now it's, this is his 18th year, so it's been a little, been a long ride to get there. But to me, he's been the most dominant pitcher I have seen, okay, certainly of his era, and by quite a bit. Maybe you guys agree, maybe you don't. I'll get your opinions on that in a second. But his over/under total for strikeouts today is 4.5 against the White Sox. So I think it's a pretty solid bet. I can't imagine the White Sox hitting a ton. Maybe Kershaw's a little jittery, being a little too jacked up like Ohtani was in his first start. But, what do you guys think on that? I'll start with you, Kevin.
Well, I think it's the perfect storm playing at home against the White Sox. I think he gets the 3,000, but I'm not going to take the over 4.5. He'll probably get you 4. everyone will be pumping up that 4.5. So I think he'll get 4, but he only needs 3, you said, to break the record.
Yep.
He breaks the record, but he goes under the 4.5.
Going under. Matt, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of agree. I do like the over because I think it's a good price. It's going to be heavily bet, I think, because of what's going to transpire tonight for sure. And as Kevin mentioned, he's at home, and they want it to happen here. The next game that he'll be involved in, they'll be, I think it's at Milwaukee, starting their road trip, his next turn of the rotation. So, yeah, they want him to get it tonight. And the White Sox, they strike out quite a bit. I think they're tied for 8th most in strikeouts in baseball right now. I think he can get it early enough to where, he'll stay in for, 4 or 5 innings probably. And I think he'll get it early. And I think he'll be in long enough to hit the over 4.5 at this spot. Because, the Dodgers bullpen has been up and down, and they've been used quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. And, I think they want to keep it as long as possible just to give that bullpen a little bit of rest. And, yeah, I think the over is a good safe bet at -115. Like I said, it's going to be very popular, but it might get juiced up a little bit more, maybe -120 come game time, but I think it's still worth a shot.
Yeah, I would agree on that. All right, let's talk some free picks here. We'll start with the New York Yankees playing the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, and this one. And the first 2 games have been, on Monday, you guys weren't here with me yet, but on Monday talked about this was a big series for Toronto, okay, to get something going here. And lo and behold, they have. Okay, take the first 2 games. If they win one more, then they automatically win the series. To be honest with you, you know what? I thought I wrote a note down, but I did not. I don't recall who actually has this as the official play. So which one of you 2 guys has that? I actually forgot.
I have it.
Matt's got it. Okay, Matt. Yep. So take it away. Toronto and the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Toronto here. Not a homer play, I promise. I just think they can have the momentum right now after last night or after yesterday afternoon on during the Canada Day win. The Springer Grand Slam, gave them the cushion they needed to pull out the big win. And as far as the pitching matchup goes, you look at Will Warren. He has been pitching really well of late. 2.86 ERA over his last 5. The problem is 4 of those have been at home, where he's been awesome this year. On the road has been as good, not even close. He has a 5.54 ERA in 9 road starts to go along with a 1.45 WHIP. So, in the way Toronto's hitting the ball right now, I think they can get to him pretty easily. Berrios has been pitching well. Also, he's allowed no runs in 3 of his last 4. He had 1 bad start at Philly. But I think he keeps his momentum going here. Yankees bats have been hot and cold of late. They ended up putting up a couple garbage runs late yesterday, but they've been kind of on the downturn. I think it's good value with Toronto. They have momentum going right now, and I think they pull into a tie for first place after tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. So Matt's got Toronto. I believe it's right around 110-ish. Okay.
110. Yep.
Yeah. Right in that range. The total is under 9 on that one. Kevin, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm actually leaning the other way. I have Warren in my fantasy league, and I just like this kid. I like this kid. Like he said, at home he's phenomenal. On the road a little shaky, but he's a right-handed pitcher. And the Toronto Blue Jays, I think their batting average drops about 20 points against righties. So I'm okay laying that little bit of juice -120 and taking a shot with Warren here. It's not a big bet for me, but it's something I would lean towards just because it's a huge series for the Yankees. I mean, yeah, with the AL East and everything and how good the Blue Jays have been playing, and the Rays are getting all bunched up in there. So one of these teams has to take a step forward, and I just think the Yankees bat. I think Stanton back in that lineup, that's murderer's row when you go down that lineup, and I don't know how good Berrios can be against those guys. So I'm going to ride with the Yankees.
All right, Kevin goes with the Yankees, and we the official though play still is on the Toronto Blue Jays with from Matt. In this one, the Yankees have lost 6 of their last 9. The Toronto 7 on a 7-3 run, and I to that degree, I think this feels like a game that Toronto should win as an underdog. But the more I start digging around, Berrios in his career 4-8 against the Yankees with an ERA of almost 5. Matt made a great point, is that Will Warren, 2.86 ERA in the month of June, but 4 of those starts were at home. But here's the thing that kind of put me on New York. They are 10-1 after their bullpen gave up 6 or more runs, and the Jays are 0-6 after a win against a division opponent by 6 or more runs. So yeah, I'm going to lean with Kevin on this one and take the Yankees. So, but officially, it's Matt who gets the call, okay, on this one. So that's the direction we're going to go. Matt with Toronto on that one. So the Kevin, I'm going to fire up the Phillies in this one, which would be game 2, okay, in today's deal going. -140 with a total of 8 for the second game. Kevin, fire away.
Yeah, first we got to look at the first game because this will be the second of a doubleheader, and the Phillies turned to Nick Abel on the mound, and that tells me a lot. He had a horrible last start. Now, I know he's someone that they're thinking about maybe moving to the bullpen in the postseason if they get that far. So we'll see what happens. But on the other side, we got Nick Pivetta, ex-Philly, right? 2017 and 19. We got rid of him. Then he ended up going to Boston and bounced around. But he's 8-2 with the Padres. Awesome home record. On the road, I'm not so sure. But I think that's going to play into the second game because the Phillies go with Sanchez, and he's been one of their better pitchers at 6-2. He's fighting for one of those top 3 spots. Was as good as Suarez is playing. We all know Wheeler's not moving. Luzardo, and then we're going to get Nola back. So Sanchez, he wants to be in that mix when it comes to playoff time. So he's been great at home. He has 0 home losses this season when he starts. Now, the team has some losses because of run support is so inconsistent with the Phillies. But I think they can get it done here. But I'm not willing to jump on that huge money line with the Phillies. So I'm going to have to take the spread to get the plus money for my pick. But then I'm going to look at Schwarber. 7 at-bats against Cease. 2 of them home runs. Alec Boehm, 3 at-bats. 2 hits, 1 home run. I'm going to take Schwarber for a home run small, and I'm going to take Alec Boehm for an RBI with a little bit more money on that one. But officially, we're going to take the Phillies laying the 1.5.
There you go. Everybody got that? Philadelphia. Game 2, the evening game. I think it's, 6:15 local time, I believe, on
yes,
that
it
one.
is.
I think
yes.
I saw that. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on this one?
I totally agree. Yesterday I had the San Diego Philly game as my play, and I had the under in that game when it was Pivetta against Sanchez. Obviously, he got rained out. Yeah, Sanchez, as Kev mentioned, that he's vying for that one of the top 3 spots, and he's been pitching like it. He's been pitching the lights out. I mean, over his last 14 starts, he's given up 2 runs or less in 12 of those. So he's just been dealing, and as good as Cease can be, it's mostly, as Kev mentioned, also at home. And yeah, this is a big game for Philly. They want to space themselves out. The Mets right now, they overtook New York the past week because of the Mets' struggles that they've been going through of late. And I think Sanchez at home, I think he just gets it done again. The top 3 in this rotation right now, Wheeler and Ranger Suarez, along with him, they've just been dealing it. And I think they get it done again in the second game tonight.
There you go. There's Matt's selection. And this one, I'm going to go a little different direction. I'm going to look at a prop bet on this one. I'm not a in these instances, I'm not a big fan of these double headers, because I mean it's tough to win 2 in a row, so it just makes it, I don't know, just it's a little tougher. But one thing I can kind of control more is looking what Christopher Sanchez has done. We're talking about he's been an excellent pitcher all year, 6-2, 279 ERA with a 116 WHIP. The strikeout total in this game is 5.5, and it's juiced to the under, and that makes a lot of sense to me because the Padres are number 3 in fewest whiffs this season. Plus, Sanchez in his last 6 starts, he's 4-2 to the under if the line is 5.5. And this season, this is not a big number, but it's just interesting to me. This year he's had 3 different starts where he's had 9 or more strikeouts, and in each instance, the next game he went under. Okay, so that's where I'm going with Sanchez under the 9.5. Or excuse me, 9.5. 5.5 on that one. So, all right. So, but the official pick is to take Philadelphia on this one. And then, and Matt also then has Toronto. Matt, now, what do you have? I know you mentioned you got a package today. If you want to give a little more details on that, why don't you?
Yeah, I have 4 games going for tonight. Nothing this afternoon, actually. I didn't really like too much out there this afternoon. So I have a triple play go tonight. Three more dogs, and I also have a divisional game of the month going. So 4 plays total. Coming off another winning night since Saturday, 9-3 in baseball, all underdogs. So it's been a healthy profit along the way. And go back further, it's been a huge run. So looking for another big day on the diamond, and hopefully we'll avoid some of these rainouts that happened yesterday. They're all over the place.
There we go, Kevin. What do you have on tap for tonight?
I'll have 2 MLB plays because I had one going at 1:00, which is already in progress. So 2 of them, both of them plus money line winners there for you. So going after the big payout, and yeah, that's about it. Most of mine, when I give out my picks in the analysis, I usually throw a prop in there too, RBI prop for guys that want to. I think that's the way of the future with the younger people. So I always try to throw a prop in there, get some interest in that.
Yes, absolutely. No, I look to do the same and pass those things along whenever I get a chance. And yeah, I mean, you look at some of the different sites where you have a lot of I don't know if I'd call them necessarily cappers, but people that are betting in different sports, and primarily that's what they do now. Okay, and especially I'm going to say the under 35 crowd. They definitely are interested, and maybe some of you, maybe even a lot of you that are watching, okay, fit that. So we'd like to give you some prop action for absolutely free too, whenever we can. Okay, I have the last game of the day. It's right here in my backyard, San Francisco, and against the Diamondbacks in this one. Myself personally, I have I was 3-0 last night, had a real good night, and on an 18-5 run in Major League Baseball. So pleased with that. Long term, I think I want to say 206 and 154. Okay. That's over 125 days for a profit of over $7,000. So winning long-term, winning short-term. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do for you. So make sure you check out play. I just have one play in Major League Baseball. It's an ALNL game of the day. So make sure you check that out. I may have another game. I don't know if it's the game Kevin has or not, but I'm looking for an outcome, a specific outcome in one of the afternoon games, and if it goes the way I want, I'm going to hop on a game this evening, okay, and the second game of 2. So specifically, San Francisco and Arizona Diamondbacks have won 3 straight. Okay, so they're playing better, and they hope to stay as hot as what the weather has been here in Phoenix. And if you haven't heard, it's smoldering here again. Okay, not a surprise, but nonetheless, it's true. So San Francisco, major funk. They've lost 4 in a row. 7 of 8, 12 of 16. And right now in the loss column, they are just 1 game ahead of Arizona. So this is actually a battle now really for 3rd and 4th place. You got to actually not necessarily brand names, but we got a good pitching matchup. Merrill Kelly, 3.49 ERA. Landon Roop at 3.43 ERA. Roop has never faced Arizona. Kelly is 9-11 in his career, or I should say his team record is 9-11 in his career. However, at home, he's 7-3 against Frisco with a terrific 1.77 ERA. And in the Giants are 2-11 in road games after scoring 3 runs or less in 2 straight games. I'm gonna dish out the minus 145-ish number here with Arizona to get the job done and take game 3 of 4 against San Francisco. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
I have a premium on this play.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, I understand.
Is the roof closed?
The roof is definitely closed.
I'll take under 8.5.
Okay, all right. Anytime that pretty much when it gets to be 90, 95-ish here, the roof gets closed. Okay.
I know they're 4-10. I think since acquiring Devers. So I don't think that worked out too well.
That has not been I mean, they're not scoring runs at all, and their pitching's decent. But I watched the Monday night game because here, as I'm sure, I don't know if you guys got MLB Pack, they changed the rules. So other than a few local Diamondbacks games, I don't get to see them anymore. And not that I'm a big fan of the Diamondbacks or anything like that, but just watch a ton of baseball. And so rare because it was on what was it? FS1? Yeah, it was on FS1 Monday. Okay. And San Francisco just made some deplorable mistakes in the field and so on and so forth. As their announcer, Mike Krukow, said the team is playing like they got their head up their, you know what, okay, and they got to figure out how to get out of it. That's an exact quote from him. Matt, what do you think on this one?
Mike Krukow, former Angel, former
Cub to start with, but then
former Cub.
And then a long time with San Francisco. That's how he
I'm trying to picture his baseball card. I can't quite picture it, but I definitely know the name. Yeah, I would lean under as well, as Kevin said. With the roof closed, if the roof is open, bombs away. And I think it's a good pitching matchup, as you brought up, Doug, right in the beginning. Roof has been pitching well. You know, he's coming off 2 back-to-back starts of allowing no runs after he got shelled by the Dodgers, which a lot of teams or a lot of pitchers do, by the way. So that's no shocker. Merrill Kelly, kind of up and down, but, you know, strikeout numbers are big. I was, leaning towards a prop with him. I think his strikeout total is 5.5, but it's juiced up to -130. You may be able to get it at 5 or at 6 at less money, but San Francisco doesn't strike out much. So, but I do like the under in this spot. I would not want to lay with Arizona because that's just not my style. So, if anything, I would lean under in this one.
There we go. Okay, there you have it. So let's do a recap of the 3 plays that we have for free plays going today. We have Toronto, okay, as an underdog to get the job done. We have the Philadelphia Phillies to get the job done, and the Arizona Diamondbacks to win as well. So, gentlemen, it's been my honor and pleasure to sit in here for Sean today. So I appreciate that, and everybody's been very helpful and actually nice to me. I don't get that normally on Mondays and Thursdays when I work with the other 2 guys. They're always, kind of giving it to me a little bit for.
Yeah, that Chip's a surly old dude.
So, he's an interesting character. That's for sure.
He's awesome. I'm teasing. He's awesome.
No, I know.
He's a great kid. I'm totally joking.
I don't know Chip that well, but I know a lot of Chip stories, and most of them I can't repeat. Okay, amongst regular people. So, all right, thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure again, leave your comments. Okay, here let us know what you think of what we've just talked about today. Hit the like button if you like what you hear. If you don't have to. It's real simple. It's free. Okay, so but if you have not subscribed, make sure that you do. Make sure you hit the promo. This is Doug Upstone for Kevin Thomas and Matt Fargo. I will be back tomorrow with the 2 gentlemen I mentioned, and we'll do it all again and hopefully being able to report on a 3-0 day. So this is Doug Upstone for Gamblers World. Take care and have a great day.